Hey lovelies, it's Jen here, and today I am going to do a Monday tag, and it's called Mum Life Raw. That's MUMLIFE space raw. And I'm going to do this tag because I saw it on Elise Sheree. She's one of my favorite YouTubers from Australia who's living in London right now, and she is always such an advocate for moms. So I just love this, and I'm going to go ahead and do this tag she created. So it's called Mum Life Raw, and I hope you enjoy an honest look at what it's like to be a mom and honest answers. And I tag you, so if you are a mom, please go ahead and answer these questions, all right? I think it's really important that moms share the good and the bad side honestly, because it's too easy to gloss it over and make it look really easy when it's always a challenge. All right, question number 1 is describe your day as a mom today in one word. You need to go potty? Okay, can you see if you can take off your underwear and then I'll put it back on after you go? Okay. I would say that my word would be multitasking. That would be my word today. Thank you, Aurora. So that would be the word that I would choose for that. Yeah. Is that right, Brighton? Are you on my phone? Okay. All right, question number 2. What's the most challenging part about connecting with other moms? Okay, for me personally, I have a lot of really good mom friends, so I don't have difficulty connecting with other mothers, but I would say that I need to sometimes, it has to be somebody that I connect with instantly and that we're an instant connection. That usually is the best way. It's somebody that I would be a friend with even if I wasn't a mom and they weren't a mom. That tends to work the best for me. And I would say as a mom of a big family, which might be a little different from other people, but for a mom of a big family, a lot of times once they find out how many kids I have, there's a wall that comes up, and then I don't make the effort to break the wall down, which is on me more than on them. So that's something I face, but I know it's also something that young moms face, old moms face. There's just a lot of mom walls out there. So I think it's really important not to place expectations or judgments on moms. I think it would allow for a lot more mom friendships and support circles, which would be great. So that's just what I think. Question number 3 is share one horrible poo moment. We've all been there. Okay, well that's funny. One horrible potty accident I think that we've had is when we went out without our diaper bag, and the diaper was full and it started soaking through, and we didn't have any diapers or wipes or a change of clothes, so we had to go to like the local Target and get a pack of diapers and wipes and clothes because we had forgotten the diaper bag. So that's definitely a moment that I will always remember. Sorry that I keep looking down, but for some reason my computer decides to shut down after 30 seconds, so I need to check the screensaver. It's messed up. Question number 4 is, how do you cope with public child meltdowns? Okay, that's a good question. So I would say it depends on the age of the child. If it's a baby, obviously I'll pick up the baby because babies wouldn't be having a meltdown unless, something's wrong. So if it's something like that, I will definitely pick up the baby and cuddle and check the diaper and check if they're thirsty or if they're just overstimulated and need some mommy time, whatever it is. With Aurora, she's 3, and we've had a couple. You just go by yourself and then I'll put your pants back on. Thank you. With Aurora, I've had some public meltdowns, and with Aurora, what I will do is, like at amusement parks, we went to Gilroy Gardens. I think maybe it was for Mother's Day or my birthday when she was 2, and literally she spent the whole trip crying. The whole trip. Like, there was little bits of a break of crying here or there, but she was just not into it. And we had driven 2 hours to go there and 2 hours, to come back. And I was not just going to turn around. And we paid the amusement park price to get in. So in that case, we just toughed it out, and I put her in the stroller. I made sure she got her food and her drink, and, we changed her diaper, all that kind of stuff. But she was just inconsolable, and she was not in the mood to be in an amusement park. So I just kind of left her in the stroller and, pulled the hoodie thingy down and threw a blanket over it, so hopefully she could de-stimulate from all the sights and sounds. And that's kind of how we did it, and we just toughed through, because there's times you can't give in and you can't fix what's making them sad, so that's just that. Number 5, honestly, how much screen time does your child have? That's a good question. It depends on their age. My older kids are all in school, and they are on the computer at school all day long, and then they come home and they have homework till 7 or 8 at night, so they spend quite a lot on the screen time. But I do allow them to have, when they finish that and they've done their chore, to have, usually I'd say they get about an hour of free time in the evening to play on their phones, and just unwind, so they do get that. The younger kids, like right now Brighton's using my phone. I do let him, he's watch YouTube on my phone. It's the same as if TV was on. He doesn't sit there and just watch that and not play. He's got toys, and he active plays a lot. So if he was just sitting there and not active playing, that would be a little different. But he'll usually do it for an hour and then get up and go play. And maybe he'll, I would say at the most he's on it maybe 2 hours. Now, I do have the TV on, like you'll see Elmo's on right now, but that's usually background, and they're not usually watching it. It's just to have something on in the background. I usually will switch between that and the news, because I like to watch the news. So that's how screen time works here. Number 6, what's your go-to easy dinner that you give at least once a week? Okay, so that's a good question. Once a week, I would say, usually we do a mac and cheese and chorizo mix with a veggie, and that doesn't take too long. So that's usually a Monday meal, just because Mondays are usually crazy and everybody's getting back into the swing of school. So that's like a pretty much go-to meal that we make, and it's pretty quick and pretty easy. So yeah, we'll do mac and cheese and chorizo usually once a week. What's the next question? Did you yell, cry, or struggle today? I have not yelled, and I have yet to cry, but I am struggling because Aurora is, as you could tell, fussy bucket today, and she's a little bit weepy. So normally I'll tell her, go to the potty, take your pants off, go to the potty, and she'll go, and then I'll put her pants back on, and she's just crying her eyes out because I asked her to do it, and no one's helping her. And Brighton had a cough most of last night. Say yeah. So I think he had just a busy weekend with lots of partying. So he's kind of super cuddly, and also a little bit more short-tempered. He's not usually short-tempered at all, but he's definitely a little shorter than he would normally be today. So yeah, that's not the easiest thing. So I would say that, yeah, that's the difficult part of my day today, and that's being honest. And any second, I'm sure Aurora's going to come in tears, so you can expect that. Number 8, what was the best moment of your day so far as a mom? Okay, the best moment of my day so far was when Diego walked into the room, and he said, "Good morning, Mama." And I said, "Good morning." And he says, "I love you." And I said, "I love you so much." And then he said, "And I love my baby brother, especially when he's sleeping," which I thought was the cutest thing. So that was the best moment today. Thank you, Diego, for that. Number 9. What is your secret guilty pleasure to reward your mom life? That's a tough one. Our budget's been pretty tight because we went on vacation last year, so we used our savings. So I haven't done much rewarding in terms of anything much. I guess I just don't even know what I would say. It's been a while since I've rewarded myself. I guess the last time I rewarded myself is I got myself a shirt that says, "I'm not any mom. I'm a Disney mom, and I got that off of Facebook. They were advertising it, and I just ordered myself one without feeling guilty about it. So I guess that's the last time I rewarded myself, because I just needed a little Disney fix. Alright, number 11. How often do you experience mom guilt? Okay, that is probably every day. Every day I feel like there's something I could have done better, or I could have spent more time doing something, or like yesterday was Brighton's party and I enjoyed it and it was fun and everybody had a good time and he had a good time, but I still felt bad because I didn't have like as much Teletubby theming as I wanted, and that's because I had had 3 weeks of hosting parties here the 3 weeks prior, and I just didn't get around to ordering the things that needed like 4 to 5 weeks out to get here. So I didn't have like the centerpiece that I wanted, or like the new pick up the Tubby Custard, pin the tail game and things like that. So I felt a little guilty, like his party didn't come off quite as much as I would have wanted if I had had the time. So yeah, there's definitely times, especially in a big family, where I feel like I'm really spread thin. Friday night is another example. Savannah had auditioned and gotten a role, not a role, gotten in to perform at the Cookie concert with a group, and I was really excited for her. And then it was Brighton's birthday, his actual birthday, and John had left at 5 in the morning like he normally does and got back at 7 at night like he normally does, and we needed to do his birthday dinner, and I just didn't want to miss that to go see Savannah sing, so we did the birthday dinner without her, which was a bummer. So she wasn't here for his actual birthday. And then in addition to that, that was hubby texting me from work, which is unusual, so I'll need to check that in a second, but I'm going to finish this first. And in addition, what was I saying? Oh, you know, I didn't want to separate out and not have time with John to celebrate Brighton's birthday, so yeah, nobody went to her concert and saw her perform, so I felt really bad, and I still feel really bad about that. So anyways, yeah, that's what I would say is, for me, I think it's mom guilt is just, I'm only one person and I can only stretch so far. And the last question is number 11. Share one taboo thing about motherhood you think should be talked about more. And I'm going to piggyback on what Elise said. Elise was talking about mom bullying, and I would just say, like, cliques or preconceived notions like, oh, they're young moms, or oh, they're older moms, or moms that work versus moms that stay at home, or moms that have a big family. There's so many preconceived negative ideas, and I think it's really important to get to know the mom and the kids and just let the expectations off to the side and just meet people as people, especially moms. I think all moms go through similar struggles, no matter whether you're a single mom, a married mom, one child, twins, IVF, regular breastfeeding, bottle feeding, a really big family, you know, what, single parent, whatever it is. There's so many taboos and expectations and whatever. And I think it's just amazing that how at the base level, being a mom is the same thing for everyone. And yeah, so I think it's really important to try and meet people and just understand and enjoy the mom experience with each other. It really helps to have that circle. So anyways, as I was saying, this is called the Mom Life Raw Tag. I hope you enjoyed my answers, and I hope that if you're a mom, you will tag yourself and do this as well, just to share the movement. And if you know a mom, go ahead and tag her too. All right, thanks so much, everyone, and we will see you on the flip side tomorrow, which will be Tuesday. Bye.